So here's a little video of the edit on Jax. I'll start by looking closely at his what's got to be done, and that's the little bits of food that he's left on his face. So I'm going to use the patch tool, and you can see me here picking off the little bits of debris on his face and moving the patch over to a healthy piece of skin. I'm going to speed it up now, and it's going to go quicker because this takes quite a long time and I don't want you to sit through. So it's actually, the video is now moving at 250%, so 2.5 times quicker than what I'm actually doing the job. Oh, there you go, it started to move fast. I wish I could actually work this quickly. These edits would take a lot less time. So off I go, just finding a healthy piece of skin that looks more or less the same as the bit that's got the debris on it, and moving that patch over, and it'll just replace it. And Photoshop is just brilliant at doing this. You have to be careful and go to the right colour and shade of skin, otherwise if you get the wrong piece then it can look like a patch, it can look like a... I'm going to do his chin now. You probably didn't notice that piece of fibre there on his chin before, but you can see it now. It looks like he's got a beard. Anyway, off we go and clean up. The mouth and the eyes are always the muckiest parts for kids. There's always something around their mouth. Oh, and the nose, of course. Fibres, sometimes you can use the healing tool and run along the hair, but I always think you can see it. I can see it anyway, the seam is where it is, so I end up doing hairs in pieces. You'll see me doing that with this one. I do it in sections, break it down. Okay, so I might show you before and after a minute. I think I've clicked through what it looked like before. What am I doing? Oh yeah, there you go, before and after. So it's a lot tidier. So I think I might have missed a bit over here, so I'll go in and sort those extra bits out. And speed it up again. I've just learned my new video editor. I'm using, oh no, what's it called? I've forgotten what it's called. Something Flow. Oh look, that before and after on the eye piece, so that's good. So we have it. He's got a sort of a funny purplish mark in between on the bridge of his nose, so I didn't want to remove it completely, but I did want to tone that down because it is distracting. I try and move anything that's distracting or anything that might not show up in another light, or you may even grow out of that and not like it if you see it. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to use an action, a newborn skin action, and this is just, it's just a little bit like a very light foundation that you put on just to smooth out any lumps and bumps. You might not even see a change yourself. I can see the change as it's going around, but when you see the before and after, you'll notice a change. And when I first started doing skin edits, I went so far the wrong way with doing too much, and the skin ends up looking plastic and too smooth. So it's really important to get a subtle action, and if you notice at the top on the flow of this brush is just 10%. So I will show before and after, and yeah, to the untrained eye you might not see it, but I can see a change there. And you can certainly see on the layer, the little mask. It's got a mask. I've collapsed those edits now, and I go into Alien Skin, and the computer wasn't working very well in Alien Skin, so I've skipped that bit completely and come back to Photoshop with the Alien Skin layer in, And now I'm just adjusting it down because it was a bit too much. Again, it's a very subtle change. One of my watchwords is less is more. So small changes, big difference. And individually, it might not look like very much, but when you put all the differences together, I'm doing an eye edit now, and it's a KCC eye treatment action that I really like. It's quite subtle. It goes on at 10%, and you'll think, oh, there's nothing happening. But when I do the before and after, when I switch the layer off and on, you'll see it off, on. There you go, and he's got nice crisp eyes now. And there's a little, you can see the, if you look into his eye, the reflection, the catch light in his eye is the shape of the octobox, which is in the corner of the room. But it makes that pop. So we're doing a warm overlay. I don't like to do warm over the whole lot, even though it's an overlay. So I've reversed the mask and I'm just putting it on the bits that I want it on. So it's just on these fleshy parts of his skin, and you can see in the corner the mask going on. I don't want it over his eyes and I don't want it over his lips, just his skin, and I'll probably tone it down and then collapse those. And that's it. I think I'm ready to send this back into Lightroom. So it'll go back into Lightroom. There it is there. And I can show you the before and after. So that was the before and after very quickly. I'm going to create a virtual copy so I can make a black and white version of this picture. And I've got lots of different presets for the black and white, and I'll run through a few of them, and then I'll just choose the one that I think is the best one for this particular picture. I love the grayscale ones. It's a smooth syrup, and then there's a baby syrup. I've chosen baby syrup, and I'm just going to adjust that, bring up the shadows just a little bit, tone down the highlights. I've already done that. Oh, there they go, down a little bit. And there's Jax in black and white. So that's the original. That's how he started off. That's the edit through Photoshop. Again, before, a blank screen, good measure, and after. And then the black and white one at the end, I think. Yes.